Guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2024 Dodge Hornet RT.
And big thanks to Christopher and the rest of the management and staff here at Furman Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Newport Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Newport Richey, Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Christopher.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Hornet is Dodge's all-new compact performance SUV released last year for 2023. For 2024, this more performance-oriented RT trim joins the lineup, mating a 1.3-liter turbo four-cylinder to a plug-in hybrid system cranking out a combined 288 horsepower, 383 pound-feet of torque. Enough to get this 4,200-pound all-wheel drive PHEV SUV to 60 in around 5.5 seconds. The 2024 Hornet ranges from the $31,000 base GT all the way up to the $45,000 RT Plus. Here you have the RT with a base price a tick under $41,000. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, we get full LED headlamps, black headlight housing, LED daytime running light, functional airflow in the corners, panel housing your advanced safety features, and I like the black trim contrasting this white metallic paint color beautifully. We get the vents in the hood, the wheel and tire setup with this blackout package. We get these black 18-inch rims wrapped in Goodyear Eagle Sport all-season tires, dimensions being 225/55 R18, so the 55 series sidewall should keep the ride quality nice and plush, and the 225 wide tires should be more than enough to put the power to the ground. We get a beefier 4-piston front brake caliper too. Black Hornet badge part of the blackout package, same with the black mirror caps, LED turn signal on it, blind spot monitoring on the glass, all black trim for the window trim, blacked out B-pillar smart access for the driver and a front passenger. I like the gloss black trim for the wheel well areas, continuing to the rocker panel side skirt and the rear wheel wells. Out rear, same rear wheel and tire setup, the only difference is a smaller brake caliper. Out back, we get full LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse light, full rear parking sensing too. The black trim continues, wiper not housed in with the spoiler, but still a very clean overall look. We get black badges for the Hornet and the RT part of the blacktop package, and dual exhaust tips which are flared out quite nicely. And even though it's a plug-in hybrid, this power plant still allows you to rev it up unlike a lot of other PHEVs. And speaking of that, let's fire up this 1.3-liter turbo and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 1.3-liter turbo four-cylinder made it to a plug-in hybrid setup sold by Dodge for the 2024 Hornet RT. And it definitely doesn't sound very conventional, but it makes a boatload of power at 288 horsepower, 383 pound-feet of torque. Made it to this E6-speed automatic transmission, enough to get this 4,200-pound SUV to 60 in around 5.5 seconds. I appreciate the hydraulic struts too, and those heat extractors in the hood are functional. We shut this hood right down. Very light overall process. We can walk around this 2024 Hornet RT one more time, and let's take a step inside and see what we get for around the $41,000 price point. So up top, we get soft touch material, rubberized graining, hard plastic surrounding the grab handle. We get 3-person memory seats, lock and unlock, suede Alcantara for the center, and a suede Alcantara microfiber-ish armrest, which is gushy soft red contrast stitching. 4-window auto one touch, power folding mirrors, 4-way adjustable. Solid sound system too for a bass. You'll squeeze a 6-inch stub, maybe stack 2 on top of each other, and a 24-ounce water bottle right in front. No nameplate stepping inside. The seats are a cloth stitched material. It's a sport cloth, very comfortable with nice bolstering, which feels like a nice marine grade vinyl material with red and white contrast stitching. They're fully adjustable seats. You get 4-way lumbar. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. But first thing we notice is the steering wheel. Reminds me a lot of something you get from an Alfa Romeo. This vehicle in general is like a baby version of a Stelvio, and for the price point, you get a ton for the money. The wheel is thick, 10.2 is also very solid, 9.3 feels great. Horn area is rubberized, loud and aggressive horn. People should definitely get out of your way. We don't get dual pane windows, but it's a very thick single pane of glass. On the steering wheel, we get our cruise control settings on the left side, volume, skip, voice commands, and the adjustments for the infotainment to the left. So here we can adjust between a G meter for the performance, you see driver assistance, messages, charge/power ratio, and right back to where we started. Cool. The stocks have a very satisfying click to them. We get auto headlamps and auto high beams, and we get auto rain sensing wipers. We turn this turn signal off. The paddle shifters are massive and aluminum, very premium feel. We get the E-Drive modes. The modes are electric, E-Save, and hybrid. We also get a sport mode in the right corner. We can activate that for the purpose of this review. We'll start off in sport, try it out in the other modes, and try it out in the pure EV too, and just see what the overall differences are. Headlight controls to the left, gas cap release. The charge port is on the driver's side and the gas cap is on the passenger side. Hopefully you get a good look at the pedals and a tilt and telescoping steering wheel. We get red stitching for the center of this dashboard. The dash itself is all soft touch. 12.3-inch digital gauge display and a 10.25-inch touchscreen. And unlike the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, this touchscreen is extremely responsive. You see your backup camera at all times. And also, unlike the Stelvio, the resolution here is fantastic. We get guidance lines and trajectory with a center marker too. We can close out of there. We don't get navigation, unfortunately, but there is wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Hopefully you can see everything that we have available. We have our heated seats and steering wheel control up top. We don't get hard buttons, unfortunately, for that, but we do get hard buttons for the climate control, which I guess got to give thumbs up, because there are vehicles that are more advanced in tech coming out nowadays that don't give you hard buttons for the climate. Anyway, beneath the climate or above the climate, we get these black outlined air vents with aluminum inserts, which feel very premium and high quality, especially for the price point. Engine start stop, sport mode beneath that. No wireless charging pad, but this is where it would be on the higher trims. We get a USB-A and C port, 12 volt right next to it, volume dial, electronic parking brake. The gear selector controls the 6-speed E automatic transmission. The backup camera, we can take a look, we already saw it. We also get an icon with our rear parking sensing. Throwing right back into park. Behind that, we can turn off our electronic stability control and our parking sensing. 2 cup holders, you'll fit 24-ounce bottles. Nice padded armrest. It's not the largest, but you'll probably fit 2 full-size arms on there with red contrast stitching. The storage space, not a whole lot, but you'll fit 2 or 3 16-ounce water bottles in there. Definitely can't complain. The glove box, it is damped, not lined with felt, but much larger than the console. You'll fit 30 license plates in there. Hopefully you can pick it up with the glare. I apologize. That's about it though, guys, for the front seat. Well, we also have the frameless auto dimming rear view mirror. It's not a digital rear view mirror, but the frameless auto dim is nice and it's massive. Excellent display out the back. The interior lights are LED. Hopefully you can pick them up on camera. We don't get the moonroof here. You got to go to the RT Plus to get that. But other than that, this thing is loaded. Let's check out all the rest of the standard features that I may have missed on this 2024 Hornet RT Blacktop E all-wheel drive. With a $40,935 base price, you can check out all the standard features. This thing is loaded with them. The only option we have here is this $1,595 RT Blacktop package, which is basically just a black accent package, giving us a dark Hornet badge, dark RT badge, gloss black painted window moldings, 18 by 7.5 inch Abyss finished aluminum wheels, and the gloss black painted mirror caps. $1,595 for the destination charge, totaling us out a tick over 44,000 bucks. Fuel economy, you guys can pause, take a look. And the warranty, 5 years, 60,000 for the powertrain, and 8-year, 100,000 mile for the high voltage battery and the hybrid system. Anyway, we can put this window sticker away. That's about it for the front seat of this 2024 Hornet RT Blacktop. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back here. If I didn't mention, here is the charge port, and the opposite side is the gas cap. You got to press a button to access the gas cap. But out back, up top, just hard plastic with plastic outlining the aluminum door handle, but we still get that gushy soft armrest with that marine grade material in the center. Additional speakers, solid storage, auto one touch for the window. The rear seats are also cloth and outlined in that marine grade material, but not nearly as bolstered as it is up front. Taking a step inside, I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have 4 or 5 inches of knee room, headroom, about ½ an inch. So if you're under 6'4", you should be able to fit back here with no problem. We'll see if these seats also recline. They do not, they fold, but this is the max reclined setting. We have mat pockets behind both of the front seats, air vents for the back seat passengers, USB-A and C port. The center cubby gets a rope, 2 cup holders, nice spot for a phone, and we get a center pass-through. So if you want to leave the back passengers here, but you want to go on a ski trip with, say, 4 people, you can run the skis through the center and still carry 4 people in your 2024 Dodge Hornet. We don't get any grab handles for the backseat passengers or hooks. The rear lights are also LED, just like they were up front. Let's hop out in the cargo space, see how much space is offered back there, and then take this 2024 Hornet RT out for a drive. So underneath the trunk is a button. It's not a power opening trunk, got to go for the plus to get that. It's also not the most spacious, but we definitely have a decent amount of space. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly how much cargo space is in the trunk and with the second rows folded down. But again, it's not a power opening. We have a tonneau cover so people walking by your Hornet don't see exactly what's going on. We can shut this thing right down, take a step back, walk around this 2024 Hornet RT blacktop one more time. And it is a beautiful SUV with a sub $45,000 price point. Even with this blacktop package, after destination, you get a ton for the money. And this is a high performance RT trim. And speaking of performance, let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2024 Dodge Hornet RT. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. As soon as we get the chance, we'll take a step out here. Looks like we have the chance. Throttle response is good. You can hear that truck scream. I thought that was this Hornet for a second. But the response is excellent. Mid-range power is solid. And outside of that truck screaming in your ear, it's a pretty quiet overall interior. I'm sure once he's gone, won't be an issue. There's quite a bit of regenerative braking too. Don't even have to use the brake pedal. And just like the Stelvio, the steering response is downright excellent. One thing I'm noticing in sport mode is even with a very slight amount of throttle, this thing's still shooting to about 3,500 RPM. So on roads like this with pretty low overall speed limits, I wouldn't recommend leaving it in sports. So let's take it out. Try it out in just regular hybrid mode. Everything gets significantly quieter. This car has an active exhaust, so in sport mode the exhaust gets a little bit rumblier, and in regular hybrid, especially with the engine turned off, you hear just about nothing. And even in pure electric mode, you still have a very decent amount of torque. Watch this. No engine, and we accelerate uphill. That's not something you can say with every plug-in hybrid. You're just cruising along. With these Goodyear Eagle Sport tires, you don't hear any road noise. The wind noise is extremely limited. We're not going very quickly, but even at this speed, you don't really hear anything outside the car. All right, guys, taking a step out here in hybrid mode, the throttle response is not quite as good, but the torque is still very solid. Engine turns on once you step on it about a third of the way or more. And the steering feels a lot lighter when you're not in sport. We'll throw it back into sport for these twisties. One thing I'm noticing too, the regenerative braking actually gets a little bit more aggressive in sport mode. So during these twisties, we probably won't even have to use a lot of brake pedal. The steering feels really good in sport. Good response with light throttle. But as we mentioned before, we shoot up in RPMs in sport mode. And on this concrete pavement, you do hear a little bit more road noise creep into the cabin. But it's to be expected. Once you get onto the darker asphalt, everything will quiet down. All right, guys, sport mode off the line. Oh, whew. This thing has a ton of pickup. I can see 0 to 60 happening in 5.5 seconds with no problem. Again, over the bumps in sport, drives over it like nothing, even with these sportier all-season tires. This is a rocky road. Big bump. Great ride quality. That's one thing you got to give the Alfa Romeo Stelvio too. Although it's a very performance-oriented vehicle, much like this, the ride quality is fantastic. You try out these paddles, third gear, second gear. You don't really hear a whole lot, even in sport. It's a 1.3 liter turbo, so you wouldn't expect to hear a ton of noise. Steering feels awesome. And coming out, good response. Yeah, the paddles respond really well too, but again, not a whole lot of noise. And when you don't touch the paddles for a couple seconds, it throws you right back into regular drive. Let's see if we still have that issue in the M mode. Third gear, low RPMs, about half throttle, good torque, and good response to these paddles too. This electric or PHEV 6-speed automatic, I was a little bit concerned when I saw 6 speeds, but with this EV system, this 6-speed works really well because the electric motor keeps you in that power band almost like a turbo or supercharger while helping the fuel economy tremendously. Yeah, the regenerative braking is really strong in sport. Don't even have to touch the brakes, steering feels awesome, and good power coming out. In the manual modes, when you leave the gear alone, like say we enter the turn in 4th gear, at around 1500, 2000 RPM. And then watch this, we power out of it. We still have more than enough torque. So if you're gonna be in sport, I recommend using the paddles, because if you're not using the paddles in sport, it's a little bit overly sensitive and you're just gonna be flying through the rev range and probably not be as efficient as you'd like, because in this fourth gear, you still have more than enough overall usable power. But we can take it out of sport, don't have to beat this car up a whole lot more. Press and hold the right paddle shifter and it'll take you out of the manual modes. Overall, guys, if you're looking for a performance compact SUV, but you don't want it to be brutal on gas and you need it to be decently spacious for the back seat and cargo area, this is a great way to go. The base price under $41,000 with this blacktop package, even after destination, under $45,000 for the sticker. I know it's creeping up there in price, but this is a top-notch premium SUV. You got leather materials everywhere, soft touch dashboard, 10.5-inch touchscreen, 12.5-inch digital gauge display, extremely comfortable seats, and a spacious back seat for a sub $45,000 post-destination price, and it looks sick and it's quick. If that's what you're looking for, guys, I would definitely recommend checking out the 2024 Dodge Hornet RT, and check it out with the blacktop package for $1,500. It makes this SUV look a lot sharper. And huge thanks to Christopher and the rest of the management and staff here at Furman, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram in Newport Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Newport Richey, Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Christopher, and huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too, it really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.